I was standing at the edge of the driveway when my daughter opened the door, her small hand shielding her eyes from the sun. She looked at me, hesitant. "Mom didn't want you here." I smiled, not at her words, but at how perfectly they played into the moment I had been crafting for nearly 2 years. I handed her a small silver key. "Give this to your mother," I said, "and tell her he's your father now." The look on her face, confused, innocent, would be the last trace of chaos I allowed in my life. My wife, Ava, used to be the center of my world. We met at university. She studied psychology, I studied architecture. She could read rooms, I could build them. I thought we made sense. We married young. We didn't have much, but we had each other. And when our daughter Isla was born, something in me softened. I wasn't just a man anymore, I was a father, a provider. I gave up dreams for stability, took fewer risks, came home earlier. She didn't. At first, I thought the long hours were work, the late texts, just friends, the emotional distance, maybe postpartum. But lies have a scent, and eventually I stopped ignoring it. The first sign came wrapped in perfume I didn't wear, on a coat she never let me wash. The second was her laughter, too soft, too alive, on a phone call that ended the moment I entered the room. Still, I waited. I convinced myself I was imagining it, that I was insecure, that love meant trust. Then I saw him. He dropped her off 2 blocks from our house. Didn't know I'd taken the day off. Didn't know I'd been watching. She kissed him like she used to kiss me, but slower, with intention. And just like that, the pain sharpened, solidified. I didn't scream, didn't confront. I started planning. Over the next 6 months, I became what she thought I'd never be. Quiet, focused, calculated. I moved money, opened private accounts, hired a private investigator, someone discreet, with military roots and no conscience. I compiled everything: texts, calls, photos, hotel receipts, even audio. I knew her voice better than my own. I made copies, backups, planted them in places she'd never think to look, USBs disguised as pens, files masked in architectural drawings. Then I changed my will, took her off everything, set up a trust for Isla that Ava could never touch, quietly transferred the house deed to my sister. I left just enough in the joint accounts to keep her blind. She never noticed. That told me everything I needed to know. The key I gave Isla wasn't to a house, it was to a box. Inside it, on the day she opened it, Ava would find a letter in my handwriting, a printed DNA test, a photo of Isla and the man she thought was just a colleague. The test? Proof that I wasn't Isla's biological father. But the law didn't care about biology. I had already adopted her legally during the marriage. She was mine, entirely. When Ava opened the box, I wasn't there, but I heard about it from my lawyer the next day. She fainted, he said flatly, then threw up, then screamed at the walls for an hour, wanted to know if it was reversible. It's not. I didn't need to see her. The image was enough. She tried calling me 12 times, then sent me a voicemail, slurred, panicked. "You manipulated everything. You destroyed our family." "No, Ava, you did. I just ended it." My final move was the press of a button. A scheduled email to everyone she worked with, her boss, her board, even the HR director. No lies, just truth, proof, dates, a note: "This is who represents your brand." She was asked to resign the next day. The man she risked everything for? He ghosted her. Found out I'd sent him a cease and desist, with an attached harassment case, fabricated just enough to scare him. I knew his job depended on a clean record. He folded. I see Isla every other weekend. She's quiet, confused, but she knows I love her. That's the difference between Ava and me. I never stopped loving my daughter, even after the betrayal. She stopped loving me the moment someone else whispered sweeter lies. One evening, Isla asked me, "Why did Mom cry so much after I gave her the key?" I looked out the window, then down at her, because she realized too late who the real father was. I don't believe in rage anymore. I believe in silence, in patience, in cutting where it bleeds deepest. I don't want Ava back. I don't want revenge anymore. I just wanted her to understand what it feels like when something precious is taken from you without consent. Now she does, and I sleep just fine.